Hi everyone, we'll start a further part of psychometry. We'll see some of the air conditioning systems, types of air conditioning systems, because we have some different seasons like summer and winter. In the summer we require uh, a cool air which can make a humans comfortable. So there are two conditions again in the summer, that is hot and dry weather, hot and wet weather. So for both conditions we need to have some air conditioning systems, because in Goa and all it is hot and humid, and in some of the dry areas it is hot and dry weather. So second main this one classification is winter air conditioning, where we require outside condition is cold, we require a warm air inside the room. So what is air conditioning? Air which is outside, it needs to be conditioned and sent to a space where humans are, or that space the persons living in that space are comfortable, so they don't feel any change in the weather, right? So as such it is a air conditioning, means we have to condition the air as per our requirements. So we'll see these three air conditioning systems in this video. So one by one, just this one schematic diagram here. So this is summer air conditioning system for hot and dry outdoor conditions, right? So here only you should understand the what is the condition hot and dry outdoor conditions. What we require inside the room, we require cool and this one, instead of dry we require some this one cool air, right? So cool with a little bit humidified, right? So these things require, these are the requirements of the conditioned space, right? The system is used when outdoor conditions are hot and dry. That means atmospheric temperature is higher than the comfort temperature with the less moisture contents. That is, less RH means relative humidity. Now this is the conditioning system, air conditioning system. So here whatever we enters, it is hot and dry outdoor condition. Hot and dry air is going to enter, but whatever we are expecting here is a little bit higher moisture and cool air. That is what we require. See what I require, once again I am telling what I require cool and little bit moistured condition. So what thing I should do? One is cooling, and I have to increase the humidity in that. Means what all things I require? One cooling coil I require, one humidifier I require. So these are the two needs. One is cooling coil to make the system this here. One is this cooling coil I require to, because this is hot condition and need to cool. This is dry outside and need a little bit humidity inside that conditioning space. So what I require? Humidifier, right? What all these things I will just explain. So now air enters. This is the dampers we have seen in the windows, top of the windows, where these are this angled. Whenever we require more air, this becomes straight to the path of the air. Whenever we require controlled air, we will make it a angular displacements. So these dampers will control the flow of air as per our requirement, right? So air filter is required, because so many impurities will be there in the air, outside air, which is coming directly from the atmosphere. So here air filter will be there. That filtered air is passed through the cooling coil. Cooling coil means whatever it is around 35 degrees Celsius air is coming, it will come in contact with the cooling coil, it will enter like this, it will enter like this, air will enter, because it will come in touch with these coils, means the temperature is going to transfer from air to these coils, These coils contain the cold water. So inlet of this is cold water, and outlet will be coming with the increased temperature. From that, where the temperature increased, the temperature is from the outside air. Air is transferring this one. So this will act as a heat exchanger. Heat from the air is transferred to this cooling coil or cooling water, right? From this here, one condition we are achieved, that is hot is converted into cool. Next, it will be passed to the adiabatic humidifier, where this adiabatic means what? No heat gain, no heat loss, but things are changing only inside. So here air comes. So humidifier means what I said, in increasing the moisture content in the air. So suppose this is some 10% moisture here. If I add the moisture, it may become 40% or 60% as per our requirements. So from where that moisture is added? So there is one tank which contains water, and there is a supply with the nozzles, spray nozzles. So whenever air flowing in this fashion, these nozzles are going to spray the water particles in that air. So that air will carry some amount of the moisture, right? Some amount of the water moisture. So whenever it is going to carry, it is also having some particles of water. From this, whenever it passes, water particles will stick to this. Only air is passed to the conditioned space, and whatever moisture is carrying out means water particles it is going to carry out. This tank is going to recover this water through this makeup, means extra water is added as and when the water level is reduced. So in the conditioned space, what all things we got cool and humidified air, because outside condition is hot and dry. So this is how you need to understand this system. So usually he is going to ask sketch and explain, but you need to draw this psychrometry diagram. So condition at this 1 was like this, 2 it is like this, again adding here, so it will be coming out at the 3, 4, 5 like this, right? So enthalpies are mentioned here. So this is how is the psychrometry chart for this. Next we will go for one more system, air conditioning system. So outside condition is hot and humid. So what is the requirement of air conditioning now? Hot outside, I require cool air. Humid is high means water particles are moisture content is very high, means what? I want to reduce the moisture in that air. So for hot, what I should require? Cooling coil. For humidity removal, I require heating coil. Earlier for humidifying, what I require? Water, that adiabatic humidifier. Here it is instead of heating coil. Why that heating coil is used here? To dehumidify. Dehumidify means to reduce the humidity of air, right? So similarly here, so air enters to the damper. Damper controls the flow of air filters to filter the impurities. From here, as soon as it passes through this space, air cooling coil will, what it will do? It will cool the air by taking the temperature of that air, and it is passing through this cooling coil. So as soon as it comes out of this cooling coil, it is temperature is reduced. Suppose it is here, it is 25, I require 18. So based on that, cooling coil needs to be designed. So as soon as it is output air is coming here, it will be around 18 degrees Celsius. It is cooled, but what about the humid condition? Humidity of that air is, again it is remaining like that. How it is removed? You should heat that air which is coming out. So here moisture, water particles are removed, temperature is reduced. So as per my requirement, what I got? Hot and humid air, dehumid air is the requirement. This is cool and dehumidified air is the requirement, right? So this is the psychrometry chart for this. So this, just we'll read this. This system is used in the outdoor conditions, hot and humid, like coastal areas. I said Goa, in Goa. That means the atmospheric temperature is higher, but at the same time contains large moisture content. This condition eliminates the need for an adiabatic humidifier as shown in the figure. Next, one more we'll go for summer. We have seen two cases. For winter now. Winter air conditioning, what actually we require? We require a warm air, right? Warm air. During winter, air in the atmosphere is lower than the temperature of the required condition. Also, relative humidity may be more or less than the actual relative humidity required for a home comfort. So, right. So here also see here, air enters to the damper, air filter. Why heating coil? Initially in those two cases cooling coil was there. Now it is heating coil because outside condition is cold. Now I want to heat the air here. So through heating coil I am going to heat the air coming here, and I am going to add the humidity to that, because humidity may be less in case of this winter air. So adding humidity, how? Again water particles are sprayed at the path of the air stream. So air will carry some amount of the air, and water eliminator will be there. So large particles of water are eliminated, only it will carry the vapor through that, and it is heating coil. Why again heating coil? To reduce the, if maybe it will be used whenever we require, right? If it is too cold, again I need to heat based on the requirement. These all things are going to work automatically. Suppose if I set at 21 degree, the water coming, the air coming out of this water eliminator may be 19 degree, but I require 21, so 2 degrees increased here. So these all automatically set conditions, so they will work according to that. And this is the psychrometry diagram for this. So these three, one will be surely asked in the exam. Usually in the most of the question paper is asking any one, winter air conditioning or summer air conditioning. So just it is a very easy schematic diagram. You need to note down and explain on your own. You should be able to draw and write the explanation on your own. Thank you.